Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of All That Yazz broadcast. This afternoon, we're very fortunate to have a makeup artist from the DMV region, Sharon Macorol, who will be spending some time with us, telling us about her journey as a makeup artist. And stay tuned because she will be actually sharing some secret tips with us on how to do the perfect eyeliner. Sharon, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So tell us about yourself, like who you are, where you're from. Are you an independent makeup artist? Tell us everything.
Yeah, I actually came here when I was 14 from Philippines, and I grew up in the DMV area. So I live in Arlington, moved to Alexandria, and now I live in Falls Church. So yeah, I've been a makeup artist for over 15 years now. I started with
Right.
Macy's. I did Shiseido, Bobbi Brown, and now I just freelance mostly. So I work with It Cosmetics, Marc Jacobs, and some other lines. But I was with Bobbi Brown for probably 9 years, and that's where I got most of my training.
How did you decide to become a makeup artist? What was the decision-making process?
I went to work because I wanted to support myself for school, and I went to Macy's and I got offered a makeup artist position, and that's how I get the job. So yeah, and then the rest is history. I thought I wanted to be a photographer, but I actually fell in love with makeup, so I stuck with it.
What are the kinds of events that you do?
I've done weddings, personal events like galas. I've done prepping for models for runway. I have done also some commercials for products, some prints, all kinds of stuff. I have also done that mitzvahs, of course.
And what's it like when you're working with people of different skin tones? Is there a different makeup regimen that goes with it? And how do you decide what to do?
So we usually make sure that the color of the foundation will work with your skin tone. So and also some
Hmm.
people are warm tones, some people are cool tones. So you want to make sure that you're swatching your skin with the foundation that you have. For instance, I'm more of a golden tone,
Hmm.
and I generally match people on their necks because this is
Oh,
where, yeah, um, a lot of times our face will be a little bit lighter than the rest of our body.
mhm.
So the best way to match is generally is on your chest area. So if it looks like it's the right color, then it's okay to use on your skin. But some people will also be a little bit different. So for instance, like you'll have maybe as long as you're matching the rest of your face to the rest of your body, like some colors are being represented in the makeup, and it's gonna look more natural because you want to have a color that will be more cohesive.
Yes, because you don't want to look artificial, right? I mean, the
Exactly.
makeup has to complement the skin so it looks like it's accentuating the skin tone.
Exactly. And also another indicator is like jewelry. If gold jewelry looks really good on you, yeah, that means you have more of a golden tone,
Mm.
and warmer tone will look better on you. If you look great on silver colors, that means your color of your skin is more cooler tone. So pinkish colors would look great on most people with that kind of skin tone.
So I understand that you also did makeup for fairly prominent people. And I
Yes.
have a photo of you with a couple of people that I'm going to pull up on the screen, and maybe you can tell us about the events that you were at when you were working with these people. So one of them is Justice Sotomayor.
Yes, I was part of the Karma Erwin Gomez glam team for Hispanic Awards nights. He usually does all of their makeup services for every event. So I was lucky enough to be a part of it. That was a lot of fun. She's pretty awesome, very inspiring. Hmm.
And I also have a picture of you with Nora Summercamp, who is an actress, and I think she was in a couple of fairly big name things, right? So like she was in John Wick, and she was
Yep.
it she was
Hmm.
in Project Runway? and you did her makeup
She
for
is
her.
still, yeah, yeah. She wanted some photos as for lifestyle photos because a lot of her photos were mostly very I guess too edgy. So we wanted to give her like a very pretty, very light and airy photograph, something that she can just kind of look like a regular person for commercial. And that's what we did. Now you can see
Yeah.
her in Project Runway. I think she has been in maybe 2 or 3 seasons now. So yeah, she's a very sweet girl. I love
You
her.
must you must get such a thrill like when you see her and you think, I've worked with her and I've done her makeup
Yeah,
for her.
yeah, and she's everywhere now. Like she does commercials for all over the world. So it's pretty cool to see her.
You recently took a sanitation certification, which is
Yes.
not mandatory, but you wanted to be proactive. You went out and you looked for the certification and you did it. Can you tell us a little bit
Yes.
about what it is?
So that sanitation certification is properly cleansing or disinfecting your makeup during a makeover, and also it gives you protocols on how to be safe handling makeup and applying makeup on clients if they are infected with something, and you want to protect yourself and you want to protect them as well. So it's a very, very useful certificate, I think, especially now. And I feel like it might be eventually required to most makeup artists and maybe also hairstylists who do both.
And that's especially because you're in such close proximity, because you're right next to
Exactly.
it's impossible to do social distancing in this situation because you're right next to the
Mm-hmm.
client. So it's
Mm-hmm.
for their protection and your protection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So on they added the COVID-19 protocol, so that requires to wear a mask and also gloves. So just to keep infection away from you or your client.
The second item also is that these days, many people are wearing masks, all
Yeah.
types of masks, whether they got their hands on an N95 or whether it's a homemade mask. But the difficulty with wearing a mask is that your lipstick, if you put it on, will actually get onto the back of the mask.
Yes.
So, and I'm seeing now that there are fewer people paying attention to their lipstick because of this. So the
Mm-hmm.
only other way to get glammed up really is to focus on other areas such as your eyes to be able to look
Mm-hmm.
fresh when you go out. And I understand that you're going to give us a few tips and tricks on how to do an eyeliner properly.
Yes. So one of my favorite eyeliner trick is called tight lining. So what you do is with your eye pencil or one of these gel eyeliners, you go in underneath the lash line and apply the eyeliner in the lash. Let's see if I can see myself doing this one moment. Turn the light on so you can see better. I usually left my lash and then go back and forth in between the lash line. And it will give you that definition without having a very harsh line. And anyone can do this. I don't know if you guys can see.
I see it and I can see the difference because it
Mm-hmm.
really brings out the outline and draws
Yeah.
attention to the eyes. Now, is there a particular eyeliner that you can recommend?
I love Limelight by Alcone. This is the one I use for myself just because I wear contacts. And for some reason, it's the only one that doesn't stick to my contacts and it doesn't ruin the texture or the surface of my contacts. And it's also completely waterproof, so you can jump in the water if you want to with it. If you cry, it's fine.
Hopefully, we're not crying though, unless they're tears of joy.
Hopefully not. Yeah, tears of joy, definitely.
Tell us how we can reach you. I know you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook. If you could tell us all your handles so people know where to follow you and where to reach out to you for makeup advice or to book a
Sure.
session.
You can find me at Sharon Macorol. That's Instagram. Facebook, Sharon Macorol MUA. It's just my first and last, and you'll find me. I have the same name on all platforms.
There you have it, folks. Sharon Macorol, makeup
Thank
artist in the
you.
DMV area. Thank you. Bye.